guys, so I saw on Instructables.com that they had a paper challenge, and I thought that'd be really cool to try to do something with this Trotec laser over here. So online I found this really cool shape that I'm going to try to recreate in paper. But first we got to dial down the settings for our Trotec laser. So here's the materials we wanted to try stuff out with, and you can see our first design and it cutting out on the laser. We got all our settings from TrotecLaser.com and they worked out really well for us. So you can see our first design here and it turned out just about perfect. So I actually used CorelDRAW for this project, but I'm sure you can use free stuff like Inkscape or anything else you have. So you start off making the triangles for the pentagons, and those are equilateral triangles, so all the sides are exactly the same. And all you want to do is make that triangle and then make little tabs on the outside for them to be attached together. And then I started making the next triangle, which they're a little shorter, so I did the same triangle and just squished it down to about 1.5 inches, which worked out really well for me. And now you can see me trying to make these tabs. And I ended up just putting another triangle on the side and then chopping it short. As you can see, I line up the first one and then the second one, and it was pretty tricky. The best way to do it is just have it snap to and then just get it pretty close. So once you get that, we started doing our first little test, which worked out alright. We tried to cut out as many as we could on this single piece of paper, and it worked out pretty nice for us, as you can see them cutting out. The problem we had is we cut out the outlines first, so I actually go back and change the settings to have it do little creases for us where we need to fold, which made our lives a lot easier, and then cut out the whole thing. So here we are trying to test fit one of these together. All you have to do is just glue 3 of the tabs together, as you can see that we had the crease lines on. And then once you get 3 of them together, you kind of got to fold it a little weird into a pyramid and glue that last side. So here we are trying to cut out a lot of the triangles. You're going to do the same thing with those bigger triangles, but instead of attaching 3 together, you're going to attach 5. And you can see me and Sky trying to put these all together as fast as we can. So I decided to put my own pattern on it and try to make like a starry night, and then I'll put a light in the middle and these all should shine through. And we also used some really nice cardstock that worked really well. If you don't have these materials, you can always use an X-Acto knife or a pair of scissors and some punches you can find through on Amazon. I'll try to leave some links in the description. So now we're just gluing them all together, and it's a slow process. You can see I'm over there doing the pentagon, so I have to glue 4 of those tabs together and then bend that last one together. It's really important. We decided to use liquid glue, and it worked a lot better than the glue stick at the beginning. And make sure it's a quick dry glue. And once you glue it together, give it a little time for it to glue properly and dry all the way, because then it'll be easier to put it together when you start putting all these big triangle pieces together. So now you're going to start putting these triangles together. So the ones with 3 pieces are going to go around the ones with 5 pieces, and then once you do that, then you're going to do 5 pieces and 3 pieces. So you're just going to put it on layer on layer. You see I started with the 5 piece, and I'm going to put these 3 piece triangles around it, and then I'm going to put a 5 piece layer on top of that, and then a 3 piece layer on top of that, and then just keep on working my way till I get to the top. So now you can see I'm just about done with my first layer of 3 piece triangles going around that big pentagon in the middle, and I used binder clips to hold it together, and it worked out really well. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the same thing, but instead of those 3 pieces, I'm going to put those pentagons right in between those 3 pieces and glue it all together. So eventually you're going to have one last triangle hole in the bottom, and you're going to place that right over your light. When choosing your light, make sure that you use a singular LED light. If you use any more, or if you use a filament light bulb, it's going to look pretty blurry, and I found this to work the best. So I went to Walmart and found a work light with 1 LED and just placed that underneath it. If you'd like more detailed instructions, you can go to Instructables.com and vote for my paper contest project, and I'll have all the instructions and it'll go in way more depth in this video. Thank you guys for watching and have a good one.